Hi there, Zach here, and boy, do we have another mediocre episode of Alpha or S. In today's episode, I have something that's actually fairly special just because it's an alpha that is in very, very early alpha stage, which is interesting to see because I can definitely see this particular game going places. Now, let me explain how I got into contact with this game. I recently went to PAX, just kind of brush off the shoulder here, one of the biggest gaming conventions ever, and I went there. It's no problem, it's whatever. And I went to the indie market, or the indie area, and that's where I kind of saw this game. Now, it didn't have much of a line, and I don't know why no one was going around it. It looked very interesting, and so I did my thing. I sat down, I talked to the programmers, I asked them, what they're looking for in the future, and it interested me so much what they're going to be saying, what's in the future, and what it was right now, that I had to buy the CD key right then and there. Now, I do know that the last big indie developer that promised all this immaculate stuff and that things would happen and it would be awesome ended up leaving a lot of us sore from the butt fucking that happened. But this one is going to be different, because I only spent $35. So if I do get screwed on this one, I can at least buy some KY jelly and a cheap bottle of whiskey and we can go to town. But another main thing that's really the difference is I was able to sit down and play this. I could see what it was before I bought it, which was not a luxury as what I had before. So without further ado, I would like to talk to you guys about the game Echo. ESO. Echo is a game developed by Strange Loop Games and is a building survival game that relies on players not only helping each other survive, but keeping the ecosystem alive and balanced. And to make sure that an animal holocaust or a blueberry massacre doesn't occur, each server must abide by laws and statutes established and voted on by the players themselves. Now, I played this game for a bit, and let me tell you, I don't know if this is what the developers were looking for when they were creating the game, or if it's just unbalanced right now, but the ecosystems are so fragile that if you do not institute laws right away, your entire world is destroyed by the end of the day. When I first installed this, and when I first loaded it on, opened the game, it took me several servers to find a map that was not already pillaged and raped by a bunch of dickheads. I couldn't tell you how many times I went to a server, looked at the statistics for that particular server and found out, oh, all the elk are dead. I kind of need elk meat. And, oh, what's that? All the bunny genocide? Oh, that's great. Let me see. There's no wolves. There's no nothing. What about wheat? Can I go wheat? I can't proceed any further without wheat. There's 7 stalks of wheat somewhere in this massive world. Thanks a lot, players.
It's going to take for fucking ever. Cooking book. Oh my god, I need more. Is there any wheat here at all? Let me check. General. Birch. Camas. Hare. Huckleberry. There's only 7 wheat. There is 7 wheat in this entire map. Fuck me. See, this is what sucks about this game. Is that if people bone you in this game with a certain thing, you either need to wait until there becomes a surplus of it by leaving it alone for a little bit, or you have to go on to a whole nother one. You have to go to a whole nother server because the people of this server completely butt-fucked you. That sucks.
But once you find a good spot in a server that hasn't been stripped of all of its natural resources, now it's time to claim your land, which is just by putting things on the floor saying, hey, you cannot come in here, you cannot destroy anything in my land, you cannot hurt me in my land, all that good stuff. And then you start building your base camps right there, and then you can actually start using your skill points. But this is also where things get a bit interesting. If you don't level up the right basic skills, you're going to have such a tough time establishing a base, gathering food, killing your elk, that you might as well have start another server and do it all over again.
Fuck. You know what I just remembered, guys? Doesn't matter. It does not matter even if I find wheat. Even if I find wheat, it doesn't matter because I need a sickle to fucking... that sucks. I need a sickle to actually do anything with it. Which is a shame. That's really a shame.
And an alpha game would not even be an alpha game if you didn't have bugs and glitches. Am I right? Am I right? Oh yeah, those bugs and glitches are great, and I'm not gonna lie, the one that I found in this game is very, very pretty. Seizure inducing.
I know I shouldn't take all the drugs, man. Oh no! Oh god!
But besides that, I really didn't see too many other glitches besides that one minor visual one. Now I know a lot of you are going to be saying, Zach, why do we even have to watch the rest of this video? We already know that you're going to give it a bad score. Look at all the bad stuff that you said about it. But calm down, gay boys, because I'm looping it around right now. Now I'm going to say some of the positive stuff about this, and believe you me, there are plenty of positive things about this. One positive thing is that the laws, like I mentioned before, even though they sound a little bit gimmicky, they're actually pretty cool. And you'll still get the idiot who says, vote me for being the best of the best, or vote me for being mayor because you're all peons. Whatever, you downvote that guy and you move on with life. But there are some cool ones that you could see the world evolving around what's going on. We're running out of elk. Okay, we can only kill one elk a day. If you want anything more than that, you're gonna have to go after the bunnies, after the coyotes, or go on a vegan diet for a little bit while we wait for these things to multiply. Same thing with trees, same thing with berry bushes. There's a low amount of them that you see on the statistic board. What you gotta do is you gotta put in a law saying we gotta stop this, because if we don't, we're going to have none of it left.
Oh, no, wait a minute. Let's check this. This law might not be in effect right now. By the way, whenever you click on laws and shit, let me pull this up. It actually pulls up. I wish they would do this in game, but I can understand it's alpha. But it pulls up a screen like this. This screen shows you what law the info is, what the world status is, the vote ends. Oh, the vote ends in an hour. You know what? I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes. Has some discussions about every single person. Thankfully, I only killed 2, and I saw this. Excellent law. We need to make... See, everyone puts in their own 2 cents. There's elections. I could run for office. There are laws where you can propose laws. There's the world status, which shows you how much berry bushes, how much wolves, how much everything. So there's 3,000 plants, there's 5 players online right now. Shows a nice little pollution map, so it looks like all players are slowly just building more and more. Looks like Quinept is polluting the most.
The only thing I could really complain about is whenever you do click on the laws, to start a law, to look at the laws, to look at the statistics, the graphs, anything that you're looking at, it opens up a separate browser. Which is fine with me because I have 2 monitors right now, but for those of you who have 1 monitor and if you have to minimize every single time you want to see if the percentage went up or down a little bit, it could get annoying. But that's the only gripe I have about that. The next thing that I found absolutely interesting, the most interesting thing I think about this entire thing is kind of the level up / food system. Now, the food goes down in a bunch of different types of categories. There's protein, fats, carbs, nutrition, and there's 2 more that I haven't even seen yet, but while I was doing research doing this video, there you can also have sodium, which means you have to find salt somewhere, which I haven't found it yet, and then there's also vitamins, which I'm guessing are vegetables. You find plenty of fruit and grains, but that's only for the nutrition and the carbs. I haven't seen any other things, which is kind of interesting to me because there's more stuff for me to find. How great is that? But pretty much what you do is to level up in this game, to get more skill points, to put more things into your skill so you can finally realize how to make a hamburger. You pretty much wait. Now that's the only downside to this. Each of these positives always kind of have a little downside. You have to wait to level up. So it's a time-based system, but you can make it faster by having multipliers of a bunch of different things for a balanced meal. So have a few pieces of berries, have a full steak with you, eat some of the salt, apparently. I guess I don't really know that yet, but eat all this different stuff. You can have a multiplier. I think the highest is ×6, and you get levels quicker. And I thought that was such an interesting idea because I've never seen something like that in my entire life. I mean, there's also calories as well, but calories are pretty much just the power for you to do stuff. You pick up stuff, it takes 30 calories. You chop down a tree, 50 calories. It goes down over time, and then you eat just like a regular body does. And another thing that I just found out when I was streaming this for my viewing audience, check out the stream, by the way. It's a great stream. But the one thing that I found out is one of the other servers that I went to before, when I was just testing out the game, I went up 15 levels. So even when you log out, it's like a mobile game where it just keeps your progress going as soon as you're gone. So if you buy this game, let me just tell you, log out with a full tummy and as much of those 6 things as you possibly can have. You're going to wake up very happy. And the last thing that I could think about right now is I'm not quite sure how to say this here, but this has to be one of the cleanest communities ever. Now, it might be because there's not a lot of people on it currently, or trolls don't want to spend $40 just to go on a game and troll for a half an hour, but the community is absolutely great. It's absolutely great. You don't get too many people. Like I said, you get the idiots who are just like, oh, vote me for being the best person ever. Yuck, yuck, yuck. But you get people who come on and say, oh, look, there's 6 people on this server. I have a house in this server. I need a skill. I need cooking skill. Does anybody have a cooking book so I can rip a page out, read it, and I would learn cooking? I have a cooking book, but I won't give it to you for free. Do you have a carpentry book? Yes, I do. They meet up at a town shop. They transfer them, and they walk their separate ways. It's a game that introverts probably won't like as much as people who like talking to other people, because this game relies a lot on you wanting to be friends with other people and to be friendly with other people. Now, I'm not saying I'm a troll. I'm not saying that I'm an introvert, but I like playing by myself. And I'm sure a lot of you do. But this game, and don't get me wrong, this game you can play on your own. It just takes longer, and it's more monotonous. You have to eat a bunch of food, spend on all your skills, do all the chores that you want, close out the game, go over to, play Overwatch or League of Legends, come back 2 hours later, oh, how many levels did I go up? Okay, put the skill points there. It takes time, and if you have time and you're just looking for a side game, this might be the game for you. But I'm not quite sure if I like that yet. I'm going to have to play the game a little bit more to determine it. Okay, now. Wow, that was loud. Okay, there we go. So this is going to be the end here. This is it. This is what I'm going to be putting it as. Can I get that scale out here? Oh, God. I'm going to need to update that. That looks shittier and shittier the more I look at it. So, can I start the drums, please? Drum sound effects? Yes, there it is. There it is, there it is, there it is. And that's right. That's right. I can't, in all honesty, give this a full alpha simply because if you're going to force people into kind of talking with each other and kind of cripple them at the very beginning by not explaining where to put your stuff. If at the very beginning you didn't put any skill into wood chopping, it would be so much more harder. Then you have to drop everything that you just did for that game, go on to another server and do it all over again. There's some negativity to this. I'm not defending this as much as I was defending We Happy Few. I'll defend that one all day long. But this one has promise. It is such an early alpha game that I can't be too mean to it. I like where the developers are going. I like the ideas of the law. I like the community and how they're not really forcing you, but they're kind of nudging you a little bit over towards, hey, maybe if you talk to more people, you can make some friends. It's like World of Warcraft, where you can make online friendships that you'll probably never see the person, but they're nice enough, If I had to give this thing anything, it would be 7.5 out of 10, which I probably should go to that system now too. Just do what everyone else says, because this scale, it was funny. It was funny before, but now it's just sad. And from what I've been told at PAX, there's going to be a lot more updates. There's going to be more violent creatures that you can attack, because really nothing hurts you in this game right now. There's going to be bounty hunters, so if someone's breaking a law, instead of the game saying, we're just not going to allow you to do it, it's going to show the name and you go around finding that person. And they didn't really go into detail if you arrest them, if you kill them, if you bone them. Like, I don't know what they're going to do, but they have great ideas coming up. And if anything that I just told you right now is interesting to you and if you're flush with cash, I would say buy it just to support them. They need as much support as they can. They did this out of a Kickstarter, and now they're just putting it out there and hoping people are going to like it. And I do like it. Not as much as We Happy Few, but it was good. So if you guys wanted this, if this review helped you, go out and buy it, and I'll see you in a server. If not, wait until it comes out. I might do an actual, new angle review when it comes out as fully finished, which I can see way the fuck down the road. But anyways, I appreciate everybody and sticking through this review till the very end. And if you would leave a like, I'll like you right back. Not in one of your videos, but I like you. I like you a lot. Come here. You get over here!